Studying abroad was not always something I had wanted to do. However, in looking at how to make up college credits and get the best experience possible, studying abroad became a higher and higher priority for me. Throughout my research and talking to some of my friends, I stumbled across one program that would change my life: Semester at Sea through the University of Virginia and the Institute of Shipboard Education. Therefore, this past summer, I spent 66 days on a cruise ship traveling the world. We traveled to 10 countries and 11 cities in only 66 days. We had 22 class days, which were spread out in between the 44 travel days we were told to go and explore the diverse cities we were in, earning us each a total of 9 credits to take back to our home institution. Traveling for this long without anyone I knew was something that absolutely terrified me. I have only ever truly lived in 2 cities, Baltimore and Greenville. When I have traveled internationally before, it had always been with family or school. Leaving Baltimore for the entire summer was not something that was easy to do, but definitely something that was worthwhile. After Spain, Scotland was next. We were fortunate enough to be invited to the Lost Highland Games, where members of their town participated in old-fashioned traditional Scottish games. This was one of my favorite days out of the entire trip because we were able to interact with locals in a more friendly and relaxed setting. We were truly immersed in their culture, and it was amazing to hear their stories and see their Scottish pride. Spain was one of the first ports we arrived at. During our time there, we were able to visit a local festival and view traditional Basque country culture. This region of Spain has declared their independence from the rest of the country, so it was interesting to see a less common view of Spanish culture. Since we were in northern Spain, we were able to fully immerse ourselves in this particular region. In Ireland, one of our later ports, one of the customs was to stack rocks that were located on the side of cliffs and turn them into towers while making a wish. When the tower gets knocked over, your wish will come true. It was customs like this that made Ireland one of the more special places we visited. Even though the weather was bad for the bulk of our time there, we were still able to enjoy the things that made Ireland truly unique. On my trip, we also visited some of the Scandinavian countries like Norway. The fjords were beautiful, the people were friendly, and we were lucky enough to visit both Bergen and Oslo. It was interesting how industrialized one city could be and how rustic the other was. After visiting, there is no question in my mind why it is the setting for some of Disney's most magical landscapes like Frozen. When choosing a study abroad program, the main criteria I had was that I would be able to go somewhere that I would not be able to go on my own. That is why visiting Russia on this trip meant a lot to me. With all the complications going on, it was very interesting and stimulating to be there. There was something magical about Russia, from the architecture to the way the city glowed at night, that made many of my fellow shipmates and I determined to go back. One of my favorite ports we visited was Poland, and that is because it was not what I was expecting. We were able to visit Poland during the one time of year when they have a special festival that housed numerous street vendors and a lot of authentic food. This was our last port on our journey before finals and our disembarkation in London, and Semester at Sea definitely saved one of the best countries for last. One of the things they do not tell you when signing up for Semester at Sea is that you will visit a lot of museums. I myself went to 15 museums throughout my summer abroad, and I have to say that I do not regret a single one. Being a typical college student, I do not particularly care for museums. However, some of the museums we visited truly did give us a better sense of the country's origin, struggle, and culture. One of the things you will find while traveling abroad is that you will do things and take risks you would not normally do. In Stockholm, Sweden, me and some of my friends on the ship were able to go on a sponsored field trip to the ice bar and learn about the history of the ice bar and the ice hotel, which coincidentally they have to rebuild every year after it melts from the summer's heat. One of the biggest differences between the Semester at Sea program and other study abroad programs is that you are constantly surrounded by the crew and faculty. You become one big family and each other's support system while you are literally sailing around the world. This also gives you the unique opportunity to network with adults who have had genuine experience with the things you are hoping to do after graduation. Along with getting to know the faculty and forming relationships with them, you also form relationships with other students on the ship. I met some of the most interesting and diverse people on the ship, and we have built memories that we will carry on with us for the rest of our lives. Even though our journey ended a little over a month ago, we still keep in contact as a large group of Sassers and in our individual friend groups as well. There truly is something special about this boat and the community it builds on it. One of the things that my voyage did that we thought would be special and fun for us is to make a video to the Pharrell Williams song, Happy. Happy truly is the best word to describe my summer abroad and my Semester at Sea family. The MV Explorer truly is my home afloat.